All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today we're going to solve a massive tech mystery, one that's been driving IT admins absolutely crazy lately and causing a sudden wave of panic in the community. We're going to unmask this so-called ghost that's seemingly haunting systems in the background. And then we'll discover how this exact same hidden mechanism is actually the literal foundation connecting us directly to the massive future of enterprise AI. It's a pretty wild ride from total panic to absolute confident control. So let's get into the investigation.
So the story starts with some genuine panic hitting the tech forums. Just picture this. You're an admin, you're reviewing your Azure Active Directory audit logs, and out of nowhere, you spot these highly mysterious, unsanctioned entries. Ghost accounts are literally creating and modifying users. People were completely freaking out, thinking it was a massive security breach. Honestly, frustrated admins were calling it an outrage, terrified that hackers were going to thank Microsoft for introducing this hidden actor. And you know, when IT pros see deep system changes happening without a recognized user, it sparks a ton of completely understandable anxiety. Your network is your fortress, right? And suddenly, there's a phantom roaming the halls.
Which brings us to the ultimate detective question. Who or what exactly is this Microsoft Substrate Management entity? It's operating secretly in the background of your tenant, but what is its true purpose? Why is it suddenly adding members to restricted groups or spinning up whole new identities when you definitely never asked it to? Well, to crack this case, we've got to peel back the layers of how modern cloud directories actually talk to each other, because things are way different now than they were just a few years ago.
Okay, spoiler alert, this phantom, not a hacker at all. It's actually a deeply embedded, super helpful first-party feature called DualWrite. Now, if you remember the old days of managing cloud environments, making a simple change in Exchange Online meant you had to wait for this painfully slow backsync mechanism to eventually update Azure AD, which of course we now call Entra ID. Those delays were a massive headache for user onboarding and access management. DualWrite was engineered specifically to fix those agonizing delays entirely. It makes sure that whenever a change is made, boom, it reflects immediately across all your interconnected directories.
Here's how it actually plays out behind the scenes in real time. Say an admin provisions a new mailbox or tweaks some permissions. Naturally, they want that data synced right away so the employee can actually get to work. So step 1, the admin acts. Step 2, DualWrite triggers instantly. And then step 3, this unseen hero, the Microsoft Substrate Management Service Principal, quietly steps in and works on the admin's behalf to instantly sync that exact data over to Entra ID. It does its job flawlessly, and the only trace it leaves behind is that confusing but totally harmless informational log that caused all the initial panic. But here's the thing. The Substrate isn't just some basic background sync tool doing your administrative chores. It is way, way more powerful than that. It is literally the central nervous system of Microsoft 365. You can think of it as the connective tissue linking your emails, your chats, your massive SharePoint document libraries, and all your Teams meetings together into one unified experience. It provides absolute cohesion and shared memory to what would otherwise be just a tangled, disjointed mess of completely siloed applications. The Substrate is the whole reason your ecosystem feels like one seamless workspace.
And this is where our story gets really big, shifting from a simple sync issue to the entire future of work. That very same Substrate data layer, it's actually the brain, or what Microsoft formerly calls WorkIQ, powering their massive new frontier of enterprise AI. WorkIQ acts as the semantic intelligence layer, pulling heavily from the Substrate's deep signals and structural memory. And context is absolutely everything for AI. By tapping into the Substrate, it guarantees that your AI copilot and autonomous agents truly understand your real-world organizational context. The AI actually knows exactly who you collaborate with, what active projects you're working on, and how things historically get done in your specific company. It's a total game changer.
But as companies eagerly try to adopt these smart AI helpers to boost productivity, they're crashing into some terrifying roadblocks. The biggest issue? AI right now remains incredibly fragmented and disconnected. You've got employees using isolated tools way outside their normal daily flow, literally copy-pasting sensitive data into random web portals. That kind of Wild West experimentation simply doesn't scale across a massive enterprise. And most importantly, it leads to a total lack of trust and governance capabilities. How on earth can a responsible IT department let an AI safely take action if they have zero control over what data it sees or what actions it's even authorized to perform? They can't.
To solve this monumental challenge, Microsoft just launched Microsoft 365 E7 in May 2026. And let me tell you, this isn't just a minor feature update or a shiny new dashboard. It's a massive paradigm shift in how we fundamentally work. E7 is explicitly designed from the ground up as the productivity infrastructure for a human-led, agent-operated enterprise. The whole goal here is to pull organizations away from those highly risky, isolated AI experiments and move them securely toward a fully operational, enterprise-wide AI workforce, one that you can actually trust, monitor, and comprehensively govern.
So, what's in the package? E7 bundles absolutely everything an organization needs to safely run AI at scale without the traditional headaches. You keep your rock-solid E5 security as the core foundation of protection. Check. You get M365 Copilot deeply embedded right into the daily apps your team already lives in. You've got the full Entra suite handling complex, secure access and identity management. But the real star of the show here, especially for those nervous IT admins who are panicking over those phantom audit logs earlier, is the introduction of the brand new Agent 365.
Why do we so desperately need Agent 365? Well, as security experts continually point out, AI agents behave like everyday users, but they scale like enterprise applications. This dramatically expands an organization's attack surface. If IT admins were terrified of the substrate making a few helpful background syncs, just imagine the sheer, unmitigated chaos of thousands of autonomous AI agents running totally wild across your corporate network without strict guardrails. Without oversight, these agents could easily leak proprietary data, over-permission themselves to access restricted financial records, or rapidly fall victim to sophisticated prompt injection attacks.
Which brings us to the ultimate solution to the AI government's problem. Agent 365 is basically a brand new IT superpower. It provides a unified control plane that extends your existing Microsoft 365 infrastructure, allowing you to observe, govern, and heavily secure every single AI agent exactly the same way you manage your human employees. The absolute brilliance here is that you don't need to purchase and integrate a totally separate, complex, siloed platform just for AI management. All the visibility and control you need is right there in the centralized environment you already use and trust every single day.
This profound level of governance breaks down into 3 core superpowers. First up is the ability to observe. IT gets a unified agent registry and comprehensive analytics to clearly see every single AI agent operating anywhere in their environment. Second is govern. IT now strictly controls the onboarding process, making sure any new agent is fully compliant with company policy from day one. And third is secure. Administrators can now assign a unique, secure digital intra-agent ID to every agent. This ensures these digital workers only access exactly what they're explicitly authorized to see, totally preventing catastrophic data leaks.
What's amazing is how this entire system creates this perfect, much-needed harmony between your internal teams. You know, for years, there's been friction between the developers who build things and the IT teams who secure them. Not anymore. While developers use tools like the Foundry control plane to rapidly build, test, and deploy highly capable new agents, IT admins use Agent 365 to safely monitor those exact same agents once they hit production. The true beauty of this architecture is that both teams share the exact same underlying security primitives. They're relying on the same identity controls, the same threat detection systems, the whole shebang.
So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that your security teams do not need to invent complex new security rules from scratch just because you're adopting AI. Think about how you currently protect your human workforce using Entra ID and strict conditional access policies. Now apply that exact same logic to the AI side. Existing tools like Entra, Defender, and Purview treat your autonomous AI agents with the exact same rigorous protection. By assigning them an Entra agent ID and enforcing those familiar conditional access rules, your new digital workers get the exact same robust level of governance as your human workers.
Wow, we have taken quite an illuminating journey today. We've zoomed way out from a single, deeply misunderstood audit log that was causing widespread panic on the forums to reveal a beautifully governed, seamlessly integrated, AI-driven future. We now know the Microsoft Substrate isn't a malicious phantom lurking in the shadows. It's the vital foundation that securely connects everything together and ensures that the Work IQ intelligence layer has the context it needs to brilliantly power your copilots, all while Agent 365 steps in to keep every single digital worker safely under your strict, uncompromising control. As you and your enterprise prepare to fully embrace this incredible new era of intelligent automation, the foundational technology is undoubtedly there to massively scale your productivity. But as we wrap up, I want you to ask yourself this provocative question. Your AI is powered by the substrate, sure, but who is actively governing your agents? Is your organization truly ready to safely manage and monitor the digital workforce that will soon be working right alongside you? Something to think about. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.